Back on the KTM sx250. Now, we're going to start from the top, so basically that's the engine blown apart. And we're going to work from the top down. So first of all, we've got the cylinder. Now, when I stripped it down, when I took off the power valve covers, the bolt on this side and the retaining bolt on this side, is that snapped as well? Yep. Right, so this retaining bolt here and this retaining bolt here had come all the way out, backed all the way out, and they were just bouncing about inside. This bolt here, never actually noticed that one, but that bolt there snapped as well. So we've got two snap bolts, two loose bolts. The cylinder itself is fucked. Steering replated. So I'm not sure how well that camera picks that up, but the nickel sill plating is well worn. So, yep, that'll have to be sent off for replating. The intake boot, again, I don't know how well that camera's picking that up, but that's dry rotted, so that'd have to be replaced. You might or might not see light coming through the reed pedals, so they're needing replaced. The piston, the skirt's broke on this one, again too many hours. The crank's really rough as well. Now what I'll say about this engine is, it was running when it come in, it actually started first kick, believe it or not, but this was literally a ball hair away from exploding. Like, there's so many pieces that are absolutely shagged out on this engine, it's unbelievable. Yep, so piston, crank, cylinder, reeds, intake. Right, moving on to the bottom half. That is the state of play with the crank bearings. There was a load of them rattling about inside. Now, right, so I've just found out, so I found one of these earlier on and I didn't know what it was from, but it's from inside that bearing. That must be like a retainer, because there was another one over here as well, and I couldn't work out what it was, and that's exactly what it is. Right, that's good then. That's not good for the guy, but it's good that I know exactly where that come from. Right, so obviously that bearing's seen better days. This one here, it's not too bad actually. It's quite stiff. That one's, but all the bearings would get replaced anyway on the build. I'll come across to this side. The crank bearing's actually fine on this side, but maybe hear this. That's the bearing on this side. Now the problem, this actually lost first gear, and that is the bearing that holds the shaft for first gear. So that's gone as well. So all these bearings would need to be replaced. I'm sure that one, yeah, it's really stiff, that one. The opposing bearing to that one's really stiff, again on that shaft. The clutch basket's got the usual grooves, so the clutch basket's going to have to be replaced as well. Obviously the lock nut washer, that'll have to be replaced. The clutch plates seem to be fine. Right, so the problem in question was losing first gear. Now, something I will say as well before we go any further, there's meant to be two springs. For whatever reason, there was only one on this one, so I was missing one from the bottom. Right, so let me shim there. So this is first gear here. I'll try and do this with one hand. Stick this here. Now you could probably see on the camera there, the wear on that gear. Okay, it's basically, it's rounded it over. Now second gear, which is the next one, there's your shims. Yep, so you can probably see there that boss, that gear dog that's been rounded over, and that's what basically stops it from going into first gear when the engine's running, because when that pushes against that, they push away from each other. So first gear and second gear need replaced. What we're going to do is just slide this back into situ the way it's meant to be. So they need to come off to be replaced. But so first and second gear, I've inspected the gears on the other shaft. Everything seems to be fine on that one, which is not too bad. And that was the next thing. So every gear fork is wore on the end right through the coating. So all three of these need to be replaced. Badly worn. So just a recap on that. Cylinder replate, intake boot, reed petals, clutch basket, all the bearings on the bottom end, new crank, first and second gear, 3 selectors and a spring. So yeah, it's quite an extensive rebuild on this one, but obviously piston as well. Not sure if I said piston, but new piston to suit the standard size cylinder. So we'll speak to the customer, see what he's got to say about it, and if he's want to go ahead, we'll get the parts ordered and the cylinder sent away to be replated.